Street Fighter V was the most anticipated fighting game of 2016. One of the most anticipated games of the year. Players played the beta. They loved it. They couldn't wait to get their hands on this game when it was finally released. Well, last week came and went. Here in North America and Europe, it was released last Tuesday. In Japan, it was released last Thursday on February 18th. The game was developed by Capcom and Dims, the publisher, Capcom. This game was hyped up more than Halo 3. Well, actually, it's the most hyped up game since Halo 3. I apologize for that. Is it the best fighting game in recent memory? Does it KO Mortal Kombat X or Street Fighter V gets KO'd? Here's my pros and cons of SF5. Love the gameplay. The graphics are beautiful. Love the fact they added new techniques such as V skills, V reversals, and V triggers. They did remove the focus attack from it was on Street Fighter 4, which the majority of the fighting game community and the Street Fighter fan base had issues with. The character rosters, it's a positive and a negative. I love the fact that there's some characters got overhauled, like Vega. I couldn't stop playing around with this guy in the training mode. I mean, you can switch your claws on and off. Kain Kazuki, she kind of reminds me of Fei Long in some sorts. Cammy White, she's pretty easy to use. This is for beginners. Either her or Kain Kazuki. Charlie Nash is a assassin. Nakali is a beast, and Rashid is electrifying character. So much better than El Funte from Street Fighter 4. I'm just saying. Speaking of new characters, Rashid, Nakali, Fang, Laura. Those are the 4 new characters. And they're going to add some more characters for the later on in the year because of the DLC season passes. They're bringing back basically a fan favorite from Street Fighter 3, Alex. So, and Ibuki, excuse me. When the online servers working properly, everybody's having a blast. It's enjoyable. Feel like you're playing in arcades all over again. That's the good side. That's the beautiful. It's the hot lava side. Now let's get to the nasty, brutally cold, and negative side of Street Fighter V. I was 16 characters. 16. Street Fighter 4 had, 17 or 19? I know what y'all thinking. Look at Street Fighter 2 back in Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis days. It had 8, or Super Street Fighter 2. Okay, fine, but this is 2016. You're looking at fighting games. You look at Mortal Kombat X and Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Soul Calibur, King of Fighters. The list goes on and on forever, man. Shoot, even Virtual Fighter, the Final Showdown, has more characters than Street Fighter V. 16? In year 2016? It's unacceptable, baby. And you know that. And, where's the content? Very light. Very light. No arcade mode, no 8-player battle. None of the stuff we've seen from Street Fighter 4. None of it in Street Fighter 5. Zero. Yeah, you got story mode. Yeah, you got survival mode. Yeah, you got training mode. Let me tell you something about the story mode. I like the artwork sketch. It looks good. I don't like how they made Zangief kind of slim though. Looked like he'd been taking HGH, but hey, that's just me. Yeah, I don't like the fact they made Birdie even more fat than he is. He looked like he weighs 900 pounds. Hey, just throwing that out there. So, speaking of the story, I mean, the voice acting, woo! As much as I hate the dub versus sub war in anime community, this is the main reason why the voice acting in Street Fighter V, it is so bad. You might as well just turn off the dub and put on the Japanese dub and you'd be good to go. Just saying. And plus the story mode is very, very woefully bad. I mean, you'll beat the story mode within 2 hours or less tops. You can't even change the difficulty. They're like a punching bag. You might as well go into training mode for it. In the survival mode, yeah, it's fun, but it gets boring after 5, 6, 7 rounds. You got to complete at least 30 rounds doing the same thing over and over and over. The servers, for what I've heard, was kind of like a 40-60. It'll work 40% of the time, 60% of the time, it won't work. It'll be disconnected while in the middle of the match, and your fight money, it'll just disappear. And you're being logged off. And fortunately, here's the positive I forgot to bring in. Unlike Destiny, you can still play offline. Destiny, however, it is meant for online. If you don't have internet connection, you're automatically stuck with an empty CD. You have to play single player, multiplayer, and co-op online. Street Fighter V, you have an option. You do. Just want to throw that in there. Now, what's my grade for Street Fighter V? I'm working in between C-, the D+. I'll give it a D+. The plus side, the positive things I just mentioned. The D, which is the negative side, I mean, anytime it's very light on content. The server's been, 40-60 on the negative side. And it's 2016. The roster, 16? Really? The gaming community and the gaming media are going to have issues with Street Fighter V. D+, that's my final grade. Now, granted, Capcom did say they're going to release all the updates. It's going to be for free later on this year, starting next month. Now, speaking of Capcom, let me go into a little tiny mini rant. Get my game face on. That little pitch I'm going to show you, that's my serious look. That's my not my angry face, by me being salty. Capcom, are you serious? Street Fighter V is nothing short of Street Fighter V Skeleton Edition. It's bare bones. I've heard people say it's still in a beta state. This game was in the beta for the longest time. You had more than enough time to iron out the issues, to add something to the game, and you still release the game at a full price in this state. Really. You did it because the Capcom Pro Tour fighting game tournament coming out next month. That's fine, but this game should have been either hold off, or it should have shipped the game out for a competitive edition and released the actual full game in the summer. I don't know, just thinking out loud. When I think of fighting games, more than 16 characters, tons of modes, challenges, trials, car wrecking, barrel breaking. I remember those. They're awesome, baby. You see Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, Virtual Fighter, Soul Calibur, Tekken. The list goes on forever. Shoot, even Dead or Alive. Shoot, can I bring up Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm games? Have more content than Street Fighter V? Can I do that, please? This release now, fix later mentality is getting out of hand. It's getting old. Memo to gamers in the video game community: stand up, take a stand, vote with your wallet. Tell Capcom and not Microsoft, excuse me, Sony, that you're not going to tolerate it. You're not going to put up with it. Vote with your wallet. Do that. Then they will get their point across. Then they will know that y'all ain't playing. So the rest of y'all thinking, oh, well, I got my $60 and I don't need the other modes and everything. Okay, fine. That's cool. But you're a fool. You're a sucker. You got played. Big time. I love video games, but I just hate where the video games are going. And this is the perfect example. This is why I continue to bring up Is Gaming Still Fun mini-series. Especially part 3 video. And another video I made, Street Fighter Cross Tekken DLC characters thoughts video that I made. Those 2 videos are the perfect examples. It's got to stop. Has to stop. Or more people in the video game community are just going to be turned off to the point they're just going to find themselves a new hobby. And with that, sorry making the 11-minute video. I had to get this stuff off my chest. Various Thoughts Volume 114 video will be out either tomorrow or next week. Talk to you guys later. Salute. What's your thoughts on Street Fighter V? Peace.